Yes, that does mean we'll be doing a Faz stream soon with them on.
Nice.
Because Faz got its new update today.
Yeah, the 0.5 update. I might actually dip in. I don't know. Just
Hit me up.
oh, hey, look, Kazag with Vietnam. Otherwise, I don't really like Phasmophobia anymore. Like now, it's just more of like it's just hide and pray not to die and pray not that the mechanic kills you.
I know what you mean.
There's not really any way to counter it anymore. Which is why I don't, like, Dante doesn't want to play it anymore. He'll do, there's a new one out called Obsidio, which is actually really fun. Because it's like Phasmo, but it goes in the direction of, you know, you can still kind of survive from it. And, Obsidio, just hit me up after the stream. I'll link you a message. But, like, Ghost Hunter Core is also still super fun. And then the other one we played for a little bit, with the Egyptian pyramid stuff. I've already forgotten the name of that. That was pretty good.
Yeah, it's Forewarned.
Forewarned, that's it, yeah.
I looked into that. Is it VR only? I looked at it not so long ago.
No, you can do non-VR and VR.
Well, I'll have to play
VR is really funny, though, because if your VR glitches out, you start doing some really, really twisted animations, and it's pretty dope.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean by Faz. Me and my friend can get, bored by it after a while, but I don't know. We need to find it because Devour. We played Devour. I don't know if you played Devour.
I think I have it. We haven't touched it yet, though.
Devour's good, but it's loud equals scary. Is what Devour is.
So let's give him a warm welcome.
Oh wow, we're already in. But yeah, hit me up and I'll message you after. Hit me up next time you play.
Did you see where our cameras spawn? It's a little streaming pad here. That's actually kind of cute.
Where is it? I went away from it like immediately.
097121 on a little northern hamlet in the lake in the AOs. It's got both flags on it.
Oh, the lake, the one just under the name Lake Rasa.
Yeah.
Was this? Oh yeah.
There's a building with two flags. I thought that's I always like it when the mission makers give us little Easter eggs to talk about. The helicopter one was pretty dope.
We were dead when you crashed us and killed us.
I didn't crash us, okay?
Yes, you did.
Look, I was just using the streamer helicopter to commentate, and they thought we were the enemy, so they shot us down with stingers.
You got too close, and that's why we can't have the helicopter anymore.
I know, okay? I ruined it. I'm sorry. You're going to hold it up over my head for another few months, and then we'll move on with our lives, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's get on with the attacking faction. I already just saw something on Blue 4 that I really want to get into, but we're going to do the attackers first. So, this is round 1 EU for Friday Night Fights. We are going to be doing 3 rounds for the EU branch, then 3 rounds for the NA branch, which will be in roughly 5 hours. A little under that, actually. And it looks like for our first round, we're having a Gulf Coast mission with a 2 objective destroy. So Blue 4 is going to be defending 2 objectives. As you can see looking over at Blue 4 on the map, Op 4 see these 2 blue zones, and somewhere in that zone is something that they need to destroy. Usually it's an ammo cache, but we'll get into it a little bit more when we get closer. But otherwise, Op 4 is going to be our, what I like to call the Op 4 vanilla of Friday Night Fights, the faction you see pretty much every week, because it's the standard faction they have, but it is Russian EMR with 545 based AKs. Now, they did have a bit of a roster update as well. There's some new weaponry choices. We're going to be seeing some more RPKs instead of PKMs as the automatic rifle for balancing reasons. And the sniper team / recon teams are what you see in X-Ray. Now, every faction has the choice of taking a submachine gun or a special weapon. So the Russians now you can bring in a PP-2000, and if you're a Green 4 faction, you can bring in a Scorpion. So that is quite interesting to spot. But otherwise, Op 4 for this mission, they're going to get 2 BTR-80s, as well as multiple different Gazes for transport, 2 truck versions of the Gaz, and then a lot of Gaz transport cars. Otherwise, with the weaponry we already went over, again, AK-74, so 5.45 base caliber, pretty good rifle caliber there in its own right, pairs well with 5.56. But otherwise, RPKs, we see some PKPs, the ones you can put scopes on, RPG-26s for their LAT, light anti-tank, MAT, their medium anti-tank, I would assume is an RPG-36, which we have on skip right here. And otherwise, I'm looking around, don't really see much else in terms of differentiating weaponry. They actually have, wow, They've got SVDs for the marksman rifles now in the squad level.
Oh.
That is a new change. So Mito, for example, he's got a Blue 4 ACOG with a red dot sight on top with a 7.62. So that's the MPZ version with the rail to take those types of attachments instead of a PSO. Interesting. Regardless...
quick one.
Yeah.
Quick, just interjection here. Fragmentation has been turned back on.
So we'll see...
fragmentation.
We'll have those randomized fragmentation effects back with the grenades. We'll see how that affects the peculiar damage model within FNF itself. But otherwise, I want to look over. Actually, we'll break it down on the roster itself. So Cholt is going to be commanding OPFOR. I see him take it almost once a week. He's one of the high-ranking commanders here. I've seen him win and lose his fair share of operations. I'll be curious to see what he does with it today. But we do have Norris as his 2IC. Norris I like to watch because he is able to make some really, really good trick plays when he's given a automatic rifle. In this case, since he has a standard rifle. Maybe as a 2IC, we'll see him make a good effect, but otherwise, I'll be trying to keep an eye on him. Regardless, it looks like AA is taking X-Ray with Shy in the lead. We got Olaf as the 2IC. Both of them have underbarrel grenade launchers on top of their rifles. Spiky is going to be the medic. Leia taking the T5000 338 sniper rifle. And then Green Thumb and Mobile are being the suppressed shooters. Mobile going for a standard suppressed. Is that a 45-round magazine in his gun?
Who's this?
For Green Thumb. He's got an RPK mag in his suppressed rifle. So he has a 45-round suppressed weapon. That's actually pretty dope. Like,
yeah.
That's pretty funny in my opinion. Also, the crewmen, they've got PP2000s with the lawn drum, the lawn stick mag, which I think is a 44-round magazine. So that's interesting. And then we have the other guy taking the AS Val. Quickly looking, that would be Mobile X. AS Val, in my opinion, I mean, that 9x19 slaps. Yeah. I don't know if they have the armor piercing version, but you see the dark purple mag, that's the 20-round magazine. That thing is very, very deadly when given in the right hands, and it's integrally suppressed, meaning it's usually even quieter than most suppressors screwed onto rifles. So we'll be curious to see what these guys do. But otherwise, looking at the rest of the roster, we got Kiri leading. Kiri, I believe, is a TSB member, but he's got a mix of fill-ins here, as well as some TSB members like Reapers and Lolo, but he's got 2 WCR members with some hedge with them, and Seismo as his automatic rifleman. Technically a machine gunner, since he has a medium machine gun, the PKP. Otherwise, that's a good group there. 1RW bringing 3 guys over to complement Alpha with Alpha 1 here. They appear to just be an AT team. No, they've got Stottenberg with an SVD. So they're going to be a complementing marksman team. Interesting. Vagrant leading Bravo HQ. Bravo HQ, I think, has just taken everything under a single Bravo banner. So we've got Buckets, famous mission maker Maz here, members of 1RCC, Skip, Pepit, and K. Indigo Fox, who is one of the FNF staff members, Skipu, who we see do some pretty good plays in the past. Who we have seen, my bad. Kale, Steel, Solik, Pingus. I'm not even going to try to pronounce Alex's name, and Pyros. Some newer names there, such as Steel, but, some older names like Pingus, who I haven't actually seen show up in a few weeks, so it's great to see him back. Oddball leading Charlie HQ. Under Charlie 1, we've got Seven, Tolly, Mito, Alex, and Jack. And under Charlie 2, we got members of SOF, Timo, Carbine, and Niklas with Frank and Gever. Delta HQ is going to be our Scandi Recon boys. Nemesis leading the group with Greg Legs playing under him, and Yanni, who is a Scandi Recon member. Looks like they are a dedicated vehicle crew, since they all have the, G-Legs, and Yanni have the PP2000s, but Nemesis is going to be the squad leader there. Names under Delta 1 include Scandi Recon themselves, Iander, Nafs, Malin, Nimia, Purton, the newest member, Azariah, and Flying Finn. And Delta 2, interestingly enough, has Dooley and Bant, that wonder combo. Bant, I always claim, the best player within Friday Night Fights right now. And Sergeant Cool Breeze, Shao, and Fist. Now, I want to quickly try to look into this Vic. I might not be able to see it. Where is Bant? Okay, so Dooley has the PKP, which means Bant is probably going to be his assistant with that rifle. So we'll see what they're able to pull off there. But overall, pretty powerful roster. We've got Scandi Recon here. We got Bant with Dooley. And we've got some other great players here. AA in the marksman section, or excuse me, the sniper team under X-Ray. That's usually a good call. Leia's pretty good with that sniper rifle, one to watch, definitely. And Schult, who is a pretty good commander in his own right. Otherwise, what's funny?
Oh, I was just talking to my chat, and someone asked when's the last time I played. So this gives me an opportunity to boost my ego even more. I killed 9 people as a sniper last week.
Good for you.
I made an agreement with one of my chat. He said they'd buy me a Domino's if I got 7 more kills in one game. So
fair enough. Can I get my $20 so I can get some Domino's? Yeah.
Sorry, the service quite going in tunnel.
The server's going into a tunnel.
Yes, service tunnel going in.
I see.
I don't know. I just want to see how Leia does because a lot of people say that Leia's better than me with the sniper. But
well, I hope she gets a bunch of kills to knock your ego down a little bit. I'd love to see it.
Ego is inflated right now.
I know. All right. Anyway, back to Blue 4 here. So Blue 4, they've got a bunch of transport trucks. They have 2 static M2s. They have a 240 Bravo Humvee and an M2 Humvee, which we already saw deploying. The 2 objectives they're going to be defending. The northernmost one is a cache, and I would assume the southwestern one, is also a cache, which we do see right here. Now, the cache position is a little given away because when you put custom structures on any map, there is a script that auto-highlights where they are. So the leftmost cache compared to the right, you do have that blackened area, which just in a commander's eyes does increase the likelihood that the cache is at or somewhere close by that position, depending on what it is. So, food for thought. Otherwise, roster here, we've got what's called the vanilla for Blue 4 within Friday Night Fights, which is your Marpat Marines. So you're going to have M16 A4s, 203s as the UGL, M249s, M240 Bravos, M72 Laws for the light anti-tank, Mazes for the medium anti-tank, and just that standard 5.56 mix of weaponry. I think they're going to have Mark 11s at the squad level for marksman rifles. We see, looking at Charlie 1, for example, Novix has a 249, but I'm not able to see. That's because they all have their weapons on their backs there. I'm trying to go through a squad. All right, so 4IB Dryden, he has a marksman rifle under Bravo HQ. Now, Maz told me they're still on the fence about these marksman rifles at the squad level. They might change them out depending on how deadly they are today, but I do kind of hope they keep them because I do like seeing this diversification of weaponry at the squad dynamic. Otherwise, looking over at X-Ray real quick because I want to look at the weaponry that we have here. We have Despo with a M16 with, or there might be an M4 actually, with a 203 under it. We have Timek with the 338. I believe it's an M40. I could be wrong, but it's a sniper rifle. And then Albin taking a suppressed. All right, so that's another change that they were going to make this week. They replaced the vanilla Mark 18s with the RHS Mark 14 EBRs. So it's pretty much the same weapon, just a different style of the weapon. They're still 7.62. You can still suppress them. And they still fire a 20-round magazine. And let's see, Sayek, he is also in this group. Fred just joined in as their medic, but I want to see what weapon Sayek has here, if I can. All I can tell is he has his handgun out, but I would assume he's the other secondary suppressed shooter. It looks like it is also going to be a Mark 14 EBR, from what I can tell in that spot. All right. Otherwise, let's break down the roster here because I saw something and it really, really interested me, but now I don't see it, so I assume he's going to come back. But King was in the commander's position. Yes. Actually, you see it under Charlie 1. He's got the X in his name. He grouped up with Pepega Pirates under Charlie 1, so he's still going to fight on the front line as the commander, but look, he's got the X in his name, which means he is the commanding officer. The Kane has ascended. I have never seen Kane command before.
No, never have I.
So,
I've never trusted Pepega Pirates to lead before. Not because just because who they are and how they play. I feel like King now has an entire force that he can use as Pepega Pirates.
Pepega, the reason I would argue they are the second best, but overall one of the greatest communities out there for PvP, is their sheer aggression. With the fact that at an individual level compared to a community like Scandia Recon, which I argue is the best community in FNF, their level of playability is, at the individual level, very, very powerful. That's why I always focus on an individual sense, players like Kayn, Guy Fieri, Arma Jesus, and Flux. There's another one. Who am I forgetting in that quadruple? I added Flux as a fifth.
Wait, who did you say?
Kayn, Guy Fieri, Flux, Arma Jesus. I feel like I'm missing one. Who am I missing? Coda is pretty good. He rocked a machine gun really well last week.
Wait, we've got your mom's best friend here, so that's not Arma Jesus.
I mean, we don't know because they keep changing their names and like as a meme.
Last week we saw Arma Jesus and your mom's best friend.
Yeah, together. So I don't remember who we're missing here. But my point is, there's a lot more individual standout names than Scandia Recon, for example, because they have that individual skill. But Scandia Recon's tactics are almost always superior. That helped them get that initial ambush advantage. But I'd really like to see what King does at this level. He's already ordering a lot of his trucks to start ramming trees to the northwest to basically deny that cover for OPFOR to just go up the MSR and then dismount and move cover to cover to get up to the perimeter wall. That is a very smart tactic. You're basically trading cover for concealment at that point, where your enemies can dive into those trees and whatnot and be harder to spot, but they won't have anything hard to stop any bullets from coming in. So that's a very nice tactic that I want to point out immediately off the bat. But otherwise, I already pointed out Despo, Tymek, Albin, Syek, and Fred as the X-Ray group. They are the players, not Fred, but the other four aforementioned that we see playing OFCRA and FNF as well, so they've got that nice well-rounded balance. 82nd... We have a member of the 82nd here, Arcane. So there's two Canes now. He is commanding Alpha HQ. Alpha 2 has Hodge, Persian, and Misfit. One of them's a false King, but hey, we'll see who does better here. They are under Alpha and Alpha 2, so it looks like Alpha actually didn't really get filled. It's going to be more under different squads. Bravo has 4IB in it, but I do not see Stark. I only see Skipper, Turk, Shepard, and Dryden. Stark being one of the greatest players we've seen in FNF so far.
Stark is not attending today.
That is very unfortunate. Arcor is under Bravo HQ. I mean, yes, because he's better than you, and I love to see him work. Anyway, I'm sorry, Dream. Your buddy Stark isn't here. But anyway, Charlie 1 has a full roster of Pepega, Roster, Novix, Vince, Flux, Grav, Coda, your mom's best friend, Cake here, Kane, and Naders. Now, I don't see Arma Jesus. I don't see Guy Fieri. Kane is here as command. And again, Legal Action. I don't see Legal Action. I think Legal Action is your mom's best friend.
Wow.
Let me
Legal
quickly.
Action's my mom's best friend.
I know. Who knew?
Oh, funny story about the sound alerts I said earlier. I accidentally made it so every single sound alert I had was 0 bits for the first 10 minutes while I was rushing to change it. I was being spammed with about 100 sound bites and making no money from it.
Amazing. I would abuse it too, just to troll you. I was tapping out real quick to see if someone simply changed your name to your mom's best friend, or if they were actually using a different profile. Because if they change their name, TeamSpeak will still display the original name that you first met them as. So I was seeing if I could get away with checking out if that was Legal Action or not. But no, they're using a completely different profile. So I am unable to tell, which is smart for security services. But regardless, breaking down the rest of the roster, we got Ash, Banks, 2600, Eric, Dusty's, Kazag, and Layden under Charlie 2. That's a pretty good group right there. Delta 1, we got another member of the 82nd. Wait, no, these are two separate groups of 82nd. One's 82nd Cab and one's 82nd DK, so they're not related. Some new names in there, though. LRD Drain, for example, I don't recognize. K3 Darien, I do not. Blam, I think that rings a bell. And then Freddy and Lone, I think, also rings some bells there. We also have PLH in here, Lusode, Pete, Killer, Amp the Stars, Solomon, and Logan on his own in Bravo 1, taking an M2, and he's hiding under a tree. Good old Logan, Mr. Trick Player. He hasn't made a trick play in a while. I'd love to see him make one tonight. Go ahead.
So, Blue Fort X-Ray, I'm fairly certain actually caught the enemy forces basically mass push. At least I think it was Albin and Fred must have heard something. I mean, they must have. There's no way they didn't, unless they've both gone deaf or have their stuff really low. Sorry, someone's playing Scotland forever.
Yeah, I'm hearing screaming in the background. Are you okay, Dream? Do I need to call the police?
Help me.
I can hear the bagpipes. All right, but otherwise, Op4, they've gone for a traditional line formation in the form of massing most of, if not all of their force on one of the flanks here to then set up a large battle line and sweep left to right. Not a bad strategy considering how, I don't mean to sound mean when I say this, but basic the scenario is. You know, a few supporting assets on either side, which I get, though, because they're trying to test the new roster here. So that's really going to put emphasis on it, but it also means the plans are going to be a little more simplistic. And then on the other side, I believe this is their X-ray group. Yep. They're going to harass from a different angle, potentially try to break in on their own if Blue 4 tries to counter by setting up their own defensive line to take Op4 out. But notice how Op4 is going to be moving up this route, but Blue 4 has predicted this. They've been knocking over all these trees here to deny Op4's ability to come down. They're still knocking over these trees, though. Almost as if they knew that they were going to be coming down in this direction, which, when you look at the AO as a breakdown with this airfield, you almost know that Op4 is going to be trying to get around this AO and assault from a different direction because you don't want to be pinned down on this airfield because it's a giant open kill zone. And then even further south, southeast, you have this big lake, which is, also really tough to spot. Tough to work with considering the AO size. So Blue 4, they've set one group right here to basically watch this little bottleneck, but everything else they've committed to where Op4 is more likely going to come in from. However, I think this recon group here has missed that Op4 group coming around because we still see them up on that hill looking around, not looking on the rear here. So Blue 4 might be caught a little off guard, but the plan they're executing by the first objective is still in full swing. We'll probably see Solomon, Pete, Aim at the Stars, and Killer potentially run into contact first here as Op4 comes in. Dream, are you okay?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
I sound okay?
You sound a little deafened.
I turned down my levels so you would no longer hear it if it just destroyed me. You weren't meant to hear it. No, my ears are not okay. I am in severe pain right now, and I can't hear anything, and my tinnitus is flared up. But yeah.
What's the loudest soundbite I can play 5 times on your stream?
Scotland Forever, which has now been updated to 500 bits, it was previously at 75.
What's the second loudest one?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's pretty damn funny, to be perfectly honest.
No, it's not. It hurt.
Yeah, that's the point. Otherwise, Op4, we see they're forming a bit of a tactical blob here, but you start to see these various groups kind of separate here. We got 3 different areas where squads are in the lead, some supporting assets on the rear. I'd assume that this is a command vehicle back here, but no, it's I think Koak is just AFK at their dismount point here. Big thing of smoke has been thrown, but I don't think X-Ray's in a position to spot it. Yeah, they might not. Albin is going up to the northern direction. You might be able to spot things going through, but that smoke could have given Op4 away, but I don't think Blue 4 was at any angle to actually spot it. We're starting to see Op4 now push their forces in. Again, a good formation, multiple different points of contacts, with some forces right behind that could maneuver to flank around on a far flank or reinforce an existing push to basically envelop a squad. And that is a really good tactic Chult has made here as the Op4 command, where if they were to run into like a Blue 4 group defending at 0.55, they could easily encircle it and eliminate it without losing much momentum and then just continue to steamroll over. But looking at the Blue 4 defenses here, they definitely have not realized that this strategy is potent, because a lot of their forces are now going to be caught in the open and potentially completely outflanked. I think Blue 4 is actually going to really struggle to push back here despite the strategy they've made, and we're going to probably see a very big reliance on Pepega doing internal security at this cache. Now,
yep. I'm just noticing Bravo HQ are pushing their BTR up towards X-Ray's
yeah.
to go for a 2-pronged attack, but
I think it's going to be for Overwatch instead.
Or that, but they're going to push straight into X-Ray. Now,
yeah.
X-Ray obviously don't have any AT, but they're going to be able to call that out fairly simple.
More smoke grenades have been thrown. Lusode, he's looking over and seeing that smoke. Now his other 2 guys are looking at it, and they're kind of questioning what that means. And just to their left, you're starting to see Op4 movement over here. You just heard a GL get fired over. And now they're going to push out as a full OPFOR squad is now in view.
Killer's actually got an M240 G, I think, or an M240 Bravo. So he could really do some damage with that if he gets into a good position.
And OPFOR hasn't noticed because you got Maz kind of charging up right here. He sees these Blue 4 guys. Now he's starting to engage. Drops one of them immediately. Solomon returns fire as Maz goes prone.
This has actually been a perfect plan here from Red 4. Obviously not knowing it into the sky, but Blue 4 have such spaced out units that a huge blob of force are going to overrun every single Blue 4 force that move in to come support. You can see Delta 2.
Solomon just got flanked on the rear by another element and taken out. One more thing I want to point out, though, is this is doing exactly what OPFOR wants. You're seeing all the FAR elements, such as the 4IB group that was about to run into X-Ray. X-Ray was about to run into it. Now it's pulling over to reinforce, and that's going to allow X-Ray to get right on top of the other objective, as now King scrambles to move his forces to make a proper defensive line. It's not really looking good for him, though, because half of his Delta squad was watching south. He had no security to the west and completely misjudged his sniper team's ability to spot anything coming up because OPFOR did such a great rush in the beginning to position their forces here accordingly.
Yeah, I think Bravo HQ, I think they've actually moved Vagrant in to watch the roads in, watching for any units that come in, any of their armed units, so the vehicle units. So they're watching the road to make sure nothing can come up and support. And if anything tries to, and if they also, I think it's also a good plan if any try to escape, because then they have to open the wide open space, which even then the infantry are super. So Blue 4 digging in here is actually kind of a terrible idea with the way this force is moving.
So, looking at OPFOR's formation, first off, you got Norris on the lead now. He is trying to move in to clean up any remaining enemies on the smoke. Blue 4, as you said, digging in here. They are getting a butt kicking here. But OPFOR, because they have all of their forces here, they're immediately collapsing the northern group with Delta to start attacking the cache position itself.
I scanned your recon, I can see Bay in there, or Bay. Julie, leading the line. But they're coming in.
BTR's come up the rear.
Protected north bar the tower. And even then, they've got no one on that side. They've got Coda actually on the
This is a massacre.
He's blind firing, meaning he's going to get easily picked off here.
For the record, OPFOR does not have a single skull right now. As I say, that Dog 4 went down. But Blue 4 have a good 5 or 6 deaths right now. But this KD, geez Louise. Lusaud, though, he picks off 2 people. Just finished off one guy. Norris was here. He's throwing a grenade over. It's a green smoke. He's crawling around. I don't think OPFOR's realized he's right there. Lusaud has a great opportunity to take out a few dudes here.
They think they've been engaged by somewhere completely different. Norris wakes back up. Norris might be the only one with knowledge. He throws a nade, lands right behind Stolik, right next to K.
Lusaud gets eliminated. Norris goes back unconscious. Indigo looks over, sees a break in the smoke, and finally ends that. Good call there. But look at how aggressive the BTR has been. It just pushed up and eliminated everyone around this Humvee. That's only left Monkey alone, but he has no AT, no capabilities to deal with that BTR.
And they're running out of forces on the actual objective.
You've got 4IB now trying to come up on the northern flank to get into these fortifications. Maybe they can get up to the battle tower and support, but OPFOR is just steamrolling this position.
Here. And it's Cholt and Norris, and I actually haven't seen Cholt command that often. I think when he did, he didn't win, but this one has just been a steamroll. But I think it's definitely like, especially with like Scandi Recon, because this is their, you know.
I don't think Scandi Recon is the only one to give credit here. Yes, they were the flanking force, and they stopped Pepega from sending any reinforcements up to the line, which we already agreed that sending any forces up there would have been a terrible idea anyway, but Cholt keeping all of his forces together, getting that early mobilization to set all this up, and now he's letting the squads kind of... I don't think he's individually microing them right now. I think the squads are just working together so well because they're in the proximity to that it's just really flowing for him. And another really big counter to that point is the fact that Blue 4 is so separated right now that OpFor's just been able to defeat Blue4 in detail. And you can just look at the skull count on either side. I mean, OpFor's starting to lose some more casualties, starting to take some more casualties now, but Blue4s are continuing to mount.
Yeah. So what I was trying to say about Scandi Recon is it's not the fact that all the credit goes to this, the fact that this is sort of, you know, when you think of a scenario Scandi Recon are gonna excel in, this is the one you think of. Attacking a base, pushing en masse, and then using the main force as somewhat of a distraction to move in and start doing their best work.
So
Maz went down in the forest. I think he was killed by I think it's by Lusa, I'm not entirely sure, but Bayan and Chow.
Yeah, bleeding in here.
The tower.
This is OpFor's most dangerous area to be in that they really need to commit to pushing their forces through. That's why I think they could have helped by keeping some of those vehicles to do these charges.
X-Ray pulled back, and now it seems to be Charlie 2 are pushing off their tower and going to go behind the objective. I think this is a bad idea because you're buffing up a place that's already being surrounded and like picked off one by one.
Bant and Novix just traded. Bant going down, Novix getting executed there. For the record, though, Bant did that with a rifle, and Novix had a freaking 249, so that is pretty impressive.
Ashes just destroyed 3 walls at the rear of the complex, making it completely open.
Well, they're not being attacked from that angle, and it's going to be really hard for them to encircle. I understand where King's strategy is. He's trying to now have 2 small elements overwatch the central objective, so from there they can try to fire. The one issue, though, is X-Ray, as we stated earlier, doesn't have any anti-tank capability. And we have a BTR right here that is going to just pretty much be allowed to keep suppressing here. You got X-Ray kind of firing past, trying to hit a few of the guys challenging from the south. And that BTR is going to continue to harass some of these bigger positions, tearing into the battle tower with that 14.5mm.
Can that 338 pierce the BTR?
I don't think so, but speaking of BTRs, the northern BTR was just taken out. That was G-Legs and somebody else, the Scandi Recon BTR, intercepted by 4IB. So Blue4 is trying to ambush and take what they can, but I mean, OpFor, you just watch them charging in. Bant's actually waking back up, taking that 249. I figured he would, because he's the medic. Probably pre-blood bagged himself, so that way while he was bleeding out, he'd actually gain blood and eventually wake back up. Dooley and 2600 get into a fight, but Dooley just sprays him down with that PKP, and I don't see any blood on Dooley's side. Damn.
Pick off on one of Scandi Recon, but they've realized they're behind because they fluffed their first few shots. Nades going up.
Yeah. Naf's opening fire, knocks out Arcor as he tries to get away. Flanking fire from Nim. Turks gets getting away, but now Nemesis coming up to finish him off. And that right there is just a definition of Scandi's skill. Direct attack with the flank, and then someone charges up to take them out. Go ahead, Dream.
Really nice push there from Turk and Arcor, but they should have done more. They fluffed their first few shots. They did manage to take out Marlon, but they could have taken out Az, Nimia, Iand, or Nafs, or Periton, or any of them there with a few more better taken shots. But I think it's just sort of the panic.
Oh my god.
And here comes the massive push.
Cool Breeze put an explosive satchel at the base of the tower. Look at all those Blue4 bodies. That is exactly... Go ahead.
Yeah, Julie's going to make his way around now, and he's got that...
Gravwig's back up.
Yeah. PKP.
PKP.
Did get spotted by Flux, but that PKP, if he gets close enough, will tear them all apart. And then this is...
I know, 4IB's only on Blue4.
He's now just being attacked from every single angle. Grab, wait.
Yep. So, a really good example of why, when you're on the attacking side and you're a demo specialist, you always want to bring explosive satchels. Explosive charges are nice because you get more, but satchels will almost always blow up the building. And if you have an enemy garrison in a building, nothing's going to wipe them harder than a single explosive satchel. And you get 2, which means you can do a lot of damage. Eric pushing up. Whiffing a lot of his shots, manages to hit him on the last part of the mag. Dooley now taking cover, spraying Eric down, who was staying in the open of the reload. Oh my god.
And it also took Grav out. No, Grav got friendly fired by Layden.
That's unfortunate. Meanwhile,
he got that satchel off.
AT's going on the barracks building, causing some damage to Blue 4, who was garrisoning it. I mean, that's a really nice building to garrison, but yeah, you can easily blow it up. It has multiple different damage textures.
Julie wakes back up. Wakes back up. From the bunker.
More AT going into that building.
Flux is actually saying, "Oh, Grub falls! Grub fell off the building!"
Oh my god. And then Dooley executes him! Oh! Now you got Cool Breeze double tapping the bodies up there, but Flux is trying to pick him off. He gets the kill.
Julie has all the cards in his pocket now here, because they'll now think they're clear. Julie, on the other hand, is going to make sure that they, you know...
Here, real quick, he's really quiet. Wouldn't you agree, Chad? He's been really quiet. I don't know why.
Who have just had a
turn him up a little bit
straight towards the last
there we go.
position. Bravo 1 for Blue 4 Logan. Just here.
Flux and another guy went down right here. Bayant now charging up. He's got that stolen 249. He's going to start breaching this barracks building.
You've got Dust Eyes.
He's going to catch Dusty. He's in a bad position. No, he doesn't commit to the breach. He's just poking his head in.
I don't think Dust Eyes noticed it open though.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes Fist. Oh my. Fist.
Yeah, he's going to breach in, and he decapitates the king. So much gunfire going on right now, he wasn't able to hear it.
You've got Kakir and Layden. Layden can't get in. Layden down.
Kakir, yep.
Take it. You got to avenge him and his brothers.
We got people like Bay and Norris out here, though. I mean,
but
it's...
you have Persian in a really nice position. He gets up.
Here comes the hedge. Oh, but a satchel was thrown, and it takes out multiple Blue 4 members. When did that get thrown?
Wasn't hedge.
I don't see any explosive specialists around, so it might have been an explosive trap. Because I didn't see a thrown satchel. It might have been Blue 4 accidentally killing themselves.
There's no way they put a trap back there.
It's Pepega. They would put a trap that close, unfortunately.
Well, there's only 2 left, Kakir and Layden. Layden obviously down. Norris.
And just look around the map, though. There's nothing left between them and the other cache. I mean, Op4 just had a really good plan, and Blue 4 unfortunately misdeployed their forces. Don't get me wrong. They mounted a really good defense. They took an attack where Op4 had no casualties to at least taking 40% of that player count, but...
Norris smells blood.
It just wasn't enough. Yeah, Cake here, too busy trying to bandage his friend.
I think you're right. It was a good plan, but it was a good plan for circumstances only.
Yeah.
If King hadn't... It's in no way King's fault. At all, because you can never really see these things coming.
Yeah.
But because it was such a split up defense with everyone having to then push back into support and getting, you know, consecutively taking out on the push, this was probably the worst plan they could have picked. But again, no fault to King. It's just the unfortunate chance you take on going as a CO.
Yeah.
Actually have the BTR here just harassing.
Yeah, X-ray and keep them pinned on the bottom.
He's destroying their Humvee so they can't escape.
That's just cruel. So it's rare where we have a battle like this, but now it's pretty much just a cleanup phase. Op4, I don't see any way they're not going to be able to win this one. You're seeing long-range AT hitting the towers.
You have X-Ray here, who are getting closer and closer. Logan is moving.
Ooh, they put a
around.
thermite grenade on the cache. And that cooked it off.
So Logan...
That DPS,
moving
man.
around with his M2 here, but he doesn't know X-Ray are getting closer. But as I say that, I think the BTR is going to make his way over. Oh no, he's
no,
trying
it's
to get
going to
further
continue
away.
to harass. Yeah, it's trying to get the depression on the gun to fire up into the towers.
You can actually see Albin's... Okay, you could see Albin's backpack for a second there, which could have destroyed him. Oh.
Yeah, they're shooting, trying to shoot through the 14.5. It did hit him a bit. He got hit a few more times. Oh my god.
That's why you never put your back to a wall in armor.
Yep, because your backpack will clip through and the BTR will start using anti-material rounds against you.
You always just say a few inches in front of it.
Oh my gosh.
I think the best thing, I don't know if you'll agree with this, but the best thing to do, you know those, so go to the first objective, that Redfall mass push, and you see like the little green military towers, the one door, like,
yeah.
I find it a lot better to So a lot of mission makers or things like that will put them directly in the corner where they'll turn and point their gun out the side.
Yeah.
I like putting them in the corner, but a little ways forward, so when you open it, you also can't see, because the way I clear those is most of the time I look to see if there's a clip, if an AI is clipping through it.
Right.
Move them a little bit inwards, they don't clip through it.
Yep.
So, and most of the time they'll just open the door and get annihilated.
Yep.
It's great.
I also like to do the, when I make those garrisons in Threeden, there's a module you can sync them to for set AI mode, and you can if you disable the path on there and sync them, they don't move their feet, and they'll stay at a 90-degree angle looking forward, so that they can move their gun 45 degrees to the left and 45 degrees to the right, but they won't turn left or right. So if you want them to watch a specific, they're chasing they're chasing the Humvee as Skipper tries to desperately drive away to bait the BTR away, but. If I need my AI to look down a certain hallway or a certain doorway, I always like using that feature because nothing is more infuriating for me where I'm trying to set up a nice kill zone and all my AI are just, dancing around in circles, and when they get breached, the player base will wait for them to be looking away to then do the breach and get all the kills easily.
Yeah. So Julie's just knocking down the walls in spite.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's doing it, but... BTR's lost track of this Humvee, but I don't think he really cares too much. You have Dryden and Shepard on the rear here with Skipper, who was the one in the Humvee. Mm-hmm. He did have a gunner on top, but the gunner is gone. He's probably solo crewing it at this point. They actually might sneak up on Platoon here, who's also in a Humvee of his own. So it's been quite a quick round, but also quite a slow round. The fighting was quick, but now that now that Blue 4 have been pretty much systematically destroyed.
Mm-hmm. Op 4 is just going to mount up in Vix and I think charge into the next sector.
Yeah. Blue 4 have just taken pot shots. Blue 4, Red 4 probably think there might be more than.
There has to be more at the other objective, but no, Blue 4 just threw a lot into that defense.
I'm surprised Logan. Oh, it's in this building. Okay, I was gonna say I was surprised Logan didn't stick the M2 in there.
Or did he move the M2 too?
Oh, it's go back. So go southwest of him, and it's next to one of sort of the factory buildings next.
Oh,
to
is it? So he's effectively abandoned it.
Yeah, he's abandoned it.
All right, Logan. X-Ray's in a pretty nasty position on Overwatch, though.
So the BTR actually spotted Shepard and Dryden.
Yeah.
Managed to survive.
He wakes back up and goes into the immediate crouch animation because of how AT animations work and immediately goes prone again. That's funny. That BTR.
That they can leave, but obviously the BTR.
Yeah, I knew Leia was gonna get up and try to pick Logan off. Whiffs, actually no, cripples him. This round will be over in 5 minutes.
Oh yeah.
X-Ray, I think, trying to mount up into any Humvees that might work. They can have the Bravo HQ Humvee come down and pick them up, and they can charge over to mount a blast defense. But
BTR was actually had a great idea shooting those wheels out because now they have to spend time to take one wheel.
BTR found the other guy, took him out. Shepard's still unconscious. He's already failed his wake-up checks. My God, Op4 is just...
No, they have just opted to stick wheels on them, and this is a terrible idea.
And they're charging.
Both can have no wheels. Oh, they are going to die. Oh God! And look at the Red 4 Force that is still alive.
Oh man!
God, Logan. Logan kills like three or 3 to 5 of them. I'll be like,
Logan's last stand, babe, but he might get some reinforcements from X-Ray as they race down.
Perfectly honest here.
And you got that 50 cal Vic now firing.
Gun is still alive.
Not for long. Neither Vic seems to be able to land the killing blow. Skipper quickly gets in the cover here.
I think it needs to be reloaded and just enough time.
And X-Ray's actually making it to the objective with those 2 dudes. Fred, I think, is trying to repair the Vic.
They're gonna be destroyed as soon as they get down.
Oh my gosh, they're gonna make it.
Oh, Leia
Bravo
might
HQ
have-
running on foot.
Leia might have something to say about that. She doesn't have a shot.
Doesn't have a good angle.
Right.
GL's raining down. All right, we got 4 brave defenders here. This is going to be one of the fights of the century here.
Is it though?
Come on. We got Logan and 3 of the OFCRA/FNF players.
Yeah,
One of them has a sniper rifle. I mean,
Yeah,
we're going to see some quick scoping, man. This is going to be epic.
Get the fucking NLG music playing. Norris drives out to HQ and is getting friendly fire.
And wait, Albin is a suppressed shooter and Sayek is dead.
Yep.
Well,
Just stop saying that name.
3 versus the entire platoon.
Psych might wake up.
Let's
Norris almost
go.
got friendly fired. That was funny.
Did Norse die?
He almost got friendly fire.
Amazing.
He came round the corner in a Humvee and they started shooting at him. What's Fred doing? Oh, he's running. Fred's running. BTL wants to get back in on the fun, but there won't be much fun. It's like,
Timex trying to counter snipe here. As Op4 starts rushing in, led by Frank.
Frank.
Frank, I'm sorry, you're going to be the first one to die, buddy. Great shooting things out and tossing some grenades in.
Excuse me, Leroy. Frankly, I think he's going to do great.
Frankly, Sayek is back awake. All right, we still
I
have
said
4
this.
people. Yes, but I said it.
Frankly, go fuck yourself.
All right, grenades are going on the cache.
At this point, I think they're trying to save their lives rather than the cash.
Frank doesn't have AT. They're throwing grenades on the cache. Where is Blue 4's defense? We got 4 guys here, but nothing's going on. More grenades going on the cache.
Was Frank standing on the cash?
No, Frank's on the other side. Logan getting breached by Nemesis. Sayek just died.
Alvin's just sitting on the stairs waiting for anyone to come in. Oh, is Frank to go in?
Frank, no! Oh gosh, Albin, the suppressed shooter, covering the doorway. Flying Finn is down. I don't know what happened to him.
He got friendly fire. Oh, he got friendly fire.
Oh no, Lolo has AT. He could destroy the cache.
Oh, the Reapers has AT. Yep, Lolo
They're picking up Finn.
seems to be getting some range.
Albin firing. Now you're seeing the mag dump. Thermite grenade, I don't think was close enough to actually do DPS. Albin getting knocked out. Dooley pushing. Oh god, a lot of bullets. Oh god, someone threw a charge! Someone threw a charge! What are they doing? Oh no. Multiple Op4 down as the cache is destroyed. Well then, that happened.
That was something.